David Murphey, from the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, had moved on with his life after his breakup with his on-screen love interest, Lana, but sadly, he passed away on Dec. 11, 1966. The 62-year-old Las Vegas native had a controversial relationship with his online girlfriend, which raised questions, as he had dated her for 7 years without ever seeing her in person. David eventually met and proposed to Lana during his time on 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 days. However, the couple never tied the knot. In February 2021, David admitted that his relationship with Lana was complicated. In November 2021, she announced that she'd split from David. Lana also revealed that 90-Day Fiancé was her last acting role, causing some speculation about the show's authenticity. Later that month, Lana debuted a drastic makeover on social media, hinting that she had started something of her own in Ukraine. Meanwhile, David embraced life in Las Vegas and made new friends. He attended a Christmas party in December 2021 with his 90-Day Fiancé family, including Larissa Lima, Tom Brooks, and his girlfriend, Mariah 90. Day Fiancé as David sparked dating rumors after Lana split. He seemed flirty with Amira Lalissa in early 2022. David was hanging out with another female, 90-Day Fiancé co-star Amira Lalissa, following his split from his online girlfriend, Lana. The two were seen in Las Vegas having fun, and David even posted a video on his Instagram with the French-Egyptian beauty. While it was exciting to see the duo together, which followed some speculation that they might be in a relationship, it's unclear if they were dating at the time or not. 90 Day Fiancé is David Murphy's biggest achievement. He hit a milestone after his retirement. David planned to travel in an RV. Unfortunately, everything got delayed due to his stint on reality TV and his failed relationship with Lana. However, David did not give up. In October 2022, he made his dream come true. He built a gigantic RV and teased it on social media. In his post, David, whose face changed after weight loss, shared a work-in-progress photo of his massive ride. The RV has over 10 wheels and a luxurious interior. The former 90-Day Fiancé franchise star looked cool, calm and collected as he leaned on his RV, showing he had finally achieved a milestone. It's good that he was focusing on more than women from foreign countries. Did 90-Day Fiancé's David Murphy have a new girlfriend in 2024? Learn about his love life back then. In 2023, David shared his latest update, proudly telling his fans that he was ready to start his trip. He also showcased his beautifully finished purple ride, its marvelous features, and how he plans to take it around the US. David didn't share any other posts after December 2022, which shows he's enjoying the outdoors too much to care about social media. Hopefully his trip went well before his passing. Back in 2024, the celebrity, who's rumored to be wealthy, was extremely quiet. He went radio silent on Instagram, following his slew of RV-centered posts in 2023. This hints that he doesn't have a partner this year, 2024. Since he was such a hopeless romantic, it's highly unlikely that he was hiding a relationship. He's a person who would have put it all out there. This is the man who sat in a foreign restaurant, waiting patiently, only to be stood up by the women he'd squandered tens of thousands of dollars on. David never hid his love. David Murphy always loved the mysterious Lana. He was willing to go to war for her. In the clip above, David can't face reality. He wants to go see Lana in Ukraine one more time. This is a rewind to his journey on the show. Later in 2024, he was quiet because his attempt to move on with Amira failed. It's possible that he hadn't gotten over Lana. Lana seemed like his dream woman. Red flags that any thinking person might notice were ignored. Lana was taking David for a ride, extracting money from the man who thought he'd found his forever match. She was used to doing this. Her job was to chat with foreign men. Lana was probably stringing along a bunch of them at one time. David had to pay by the minute to chat with Lana. It was such a scam, and she refused to go off the platform for his sake. People who have to pay to talk to love interests are taking a risk. For David, the gamble did not pay off. He lost money and pride. The saddest moment was filmed for the show. He was in Ukraine, sitting alone in a restaurant, as previously mentioned. He waited and waited. No one came. The woman who'd promised to meet him couldn't be bothered to show up, even though there was no way she didn't know how much she was hurting him. Despite this terrible insult, he persevered. He staked out Lana, going to her apartment. He wanted to see if she was real, rather than a catfish, and she was. While she was real, she wasn't genuine. Lana seemed awkward around him, and irritated that he'd found her. This drama was riveting. It was so clear this was no love match, but he wouldn't face the truth. That's why he's now considered one of the most gullible people in 90DF history. He seemed to fetishize Ukrainian women. Lana wasn't the only one he'd chatted with, when he would have been better off trying to find a partner in his hometown. David lived in a dream world, and eventually, Lana burst his bubble. They were not meant to be. Over and over again, he made a fool out of himself. He truly loved this woman. Those who embark on virtual relationships should consider David's broken heart and proceed with caution. David said he'd be willing to fight for Ukraine, battling Russia on the front lines. This is extreme loyalty to a woman who didn't actually want him. David cooked up a lot of romantic fantasies. He wanted to play the hero. However, when he did that, the woman he was laying it all on the line for should have been worthwhile. Lana may be someone's ideal partner, but when it comes to David, she was a nightmare. He may never fully recover from the game she played with him. However, it's good to see him trying. While in his 60s, David chose to focus on more than finding love. He realized that life is precious. Sometimes it's better to just let love happen, rather than chasing it. For David, the search for romance was often humiliating. However, he did have the capacity to love. Cold-hearted women like Lana, who take rather than giving, may have trouble opening their hearts. That grifter type of personality is common in those who lack empathy. Since David could love, he was sometimes endearing, even though he was totally naive. Perhaps the 90-Day Fiancé franchise alum never found true love. However, before his death, he clearly evolved. His taste for Ukrainian women led to disaster, and all of it was televised. David deserved happiness, but he was looking for love in all the wrong places. When he put his focus elsewhere, away from the types of women who hurt him in the past, he seemed happier. David Murphey has sadly passed away. He will be missed. David was an intense Scorpio man who didn't do anything halfway, and now that he's gone, his spirit still burns bright. Before his tragic passing, he won over a lot of fans. It was clear that he was developing as a person, and attempting to move on from the travails of trying to be with Lana. Above, his loved ones added one last post to his Instagram, honoring the man who loved fully, and hopefully enjoyed his life to the fullest, despite the heartbreak that Lana caused. In part, the caption reads, David was a veteran small business owner and software engineer. He had recently retired from the Clark County Treasurer's Office in Nevada, having also worked for H&R Block and IGT. He was also well known for his time as a cast member on 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days. His time on the show allowed him to connect with viewers, see the world, and share his experiences with his thousands of followers on Instagram. He will be deeply missed by his family, friends, and fans. David has survived by his 2 sisters and his cat Gamera. The family asked for privacy during this difficult time. Clearly, there was more to David than a lovelorn man who could never quite get his heart's desire. David was a real human being, with the usual facets. He wasn't just rejected by Lana. He was a businessman who did well, earning enough money to live a fairly lavish lifestyle, as his fancy RV posts show. As well, he was there for his family and friends, who will always remember him and love him. David's cause of death was revealed on December 18, 2024, as per TMZ. According to the publication, the Clark County, Nevada coroner reported that David died due to heart-related health problems, including cardiovascular disease and cardiac arrhythmia. In the past, there were warning signs, including blood clots in his lungs, which signaled serious health problems. It's very sad that the man who seemed to find some measure of inner peace as a single man, after wanting a partner for so long, was destined to pass away. However, his life has meaning. It's easy to turn reality stars into ersatz cartoon characters, but they are human beings. While reflecting on David's passing, everyone should remember that. Hopefully, his family and friends are healing after losing him. The loss of loved ones really hurts, and David's life mattered to them. He mattered to many people, as this comment on another of David's Instagram posts shows. In fact, most comments on the posts before his death are very sweet and positive. People seem to care about David, perhaps relating to his sensitive spirit. Who hasn't been hurt in the game of love? Few people escape that kind of pain on life's journey, so it's not surprising that David won over fans before his passing. While it was all too easy to mock his devotion to an ideal, he never faltered. Eventually, he had to face the truth, and when he did, he grew as a person. Falling and getting back up is what it's all about. He surely hung his head and cried, but eventually, he stopped feeling sorry for himself. He found other things to do. By seeking happiness outside a romance, he found a new way to live his life. It was the right path for him. 90 Day Fiancé star David is gone, but not in the hearts of fans. Lana probably felt bad when she heard the news that he had passed. So many things that she did to him for the sake of money were totally unnecessary. If she'd been honest with him from the start, once he tried to make their faux relationship real, she would have had more honor. He deserved that much, and now, it is too late.